afternoon. We are getting to do something fun today. No cleaning for this afternoon. We will be working, but something a little bit different. So we were able to find an old picnic table. It was piled with stuff, junk, rocks, items. The lumber's all rotten on it. Some of the lumber's even broken into a couple pieces. But the metal underneath is still good. So we're gonna go and try and do a little rehab on it and make use of it so that we can, when we're out working, needing to take a break, have some lunch, we've got a nice table to sit on. So come along and we'll show you how to do it cheaply. We've got some lumber that we're going to be reusing. I think the only thing that I've needed to purchase so far is I spent $3.78 on a box of screws, some bolts. Forget the name of the bolts. Anyway, so far that's all we've spent. We'll see how cheap we can make this work and how great it will turn out. So we had to throw away all of the wood, but we were able to salvage the metal frame for this. And Scott just needs to fix the bottom here. Some frost got into it and blew out the bottom, so it has a good hole in the bottom. So we're warming up that metal, getting it to straighten, flatten back out, fill it in, and then I need to weld it or maybe just leave it as is and allow future moisture to be able to have a hole to drain out of.
I don't know if I'm getting it any closer together or not.
I get red hot.
Yeah.
He is.
Just do one side at a time.
That's what it started with, but that might have came together some. Come down.
You have to weld it or what?
Yeah.
How do you fill in the crack?
Yeah. I know.
Okay, so I am standing in our pole shed, in my dad's pole shed that we built a few years ago, and I am out here looking for lumber. This is our excess pile of lumber back there. All of that lumber is just excess stuff from previous projects. A lot of it actually came from this building when Dad ordered the building materials for this building. A lot of it came in like these really strong, heavy-duty shipping boxes. The boxes were made out of 2x4s, 2x6s, plywood, various materials that he could just take the screws out of and save and use for future projects. So I'm going to sort through what we have up here and see if there's anything that we could salvage to make this project, this nice picnic table, make it turn out nice and cheap. Okay? Let's go see. Okay, so I ended up with a few boards that I think will work. They're not all, the boards that were on the picnic table originally were all, they were 2x10s. Am I thinking of that right? Yes. All of the boards that were on the picnic table originally were 2x10s. I only found one 2x10 that is going to be long enough that will work for our picnic table. It'll actually work out well to have that for the bench portion where you'd sit down on. The other boards for the top of the picnic table. I think what we're gonna do instead of using the 2x10s, we're gonna do a 2x6. And that might mean that we need an extra board, but we're gonna see if we can make that work instead because we have it on hand. So hey, let's use it rather than having to spend money on new boards because boards are expensive right now. Okay, so I think I've got enough boards. They're not all quite as wide as what was originally on the picnic table, but wide enough boards that are wide enough that I think we can make it work. I think I have some stain at home, so I'm gonna check on that.
About 28 1/4. It might be closer to 28 by the time you put them in there, right? And that piece is, I don't know, 27 or something.
The metal.
Yeah. $26 and a half. So that should work.
Yeah, it's close enough. Right?
Just use
That's
that.
5 boards.
Yeah, we use a piece of quarter inch something, or even 3/8. 3/8. And they'll get it right in there.
So sanding is an important step when working on a project, especially for this one, mostly because of the type of boards that we're using. They're not brand new, they are salvaged boards, so some of them have even raw edges. I'm not overly concerned with the sides or if there's any raw edge underneath, but these boards are going to be sat on. We will have food. I don't want anyone to get any slivers. So I want to make sure the tops of the boards are fairly smooth. I'm, again, not too overly concerned about it. I'm not making sure they're as smooth as what I would do for like other furniture projects that I've done, but I want to make sure that it turns out nice. So as you can see, I'm using the Cabot Australian Timber Oil. Now I've used this for several years. I use it on our deck at our home, and I really like it because it lasts for more than just one season. Even here in South Dakota, we get several inches of snow, feet of snow, and then it's the whole melting, freezing, ice, scraping off of the deck, and it holds up well. I also like, as you can see, as I'm staining here, you can see the grain of the wood. I like that it's not a solid like paint covering over the wood, but it kind of just brings out that natural characteristics of each piece. So I already had this gallon of stain on hand. It's a partial gallon. We had left over from some staining that I had done on the steps of our deck. So it was nice. I was able to just use that for this project. Barely used any, there's still, I think I started with a half a gallon and I'm just under a half a gallon. It really didn't use very much, which is nice. I can save some for other future projects and it didn't cost me anything.
Well, at an 8-foot table, you get 4 per side.
So I think we can probably widen that out. See, this is pretty good.
Look at the top of the seat.
Yeah.
You don't put people in there, food.
Right. Yep. And you figure one when the sun, from the straddle over the edge.
Oh, yeah. I get forward then. If there's got somebody like this,
Yep.
then
It is.
nothing like, here. And
You probably could, but you can also park somebody on the end that
Also, as you can tell, the brush that I am using is nothing fancy. It has seen better days. I've used it in previous projects. This will probably be the last time that I will use it. I'll probably toss it after this. But that's also another reason why I like this stain. It goes on so easy, and depending on the size of your project, like I've even used just an old rag, and the important thing is to make it smooth, to keep an even amount of stain, not be heavy-handed with it. Using a rag, like I will brush on and then take a paper towel and wipe over it to get off any excess that might be on there, so that it's a nice thin, smooth, light layer of stain going on. I can always go back and add a little bit more, but I try to just be even, a single even coat the first time seems to do a good job for me.
So, 13 1/4. That's center.
Okay, I am just getting ready to leave. I gotta run up quick down the road to the tractor implement and see if they have any more carriage bolts. I accidentally got ones that are too short for the bench. Long enough for the top table part, but too short for the bench. So I'm gonna run and see if they have anything. Okay, I am back. That was quick. I have my bolts here. I just had to get a couple, and the dealership was so nice. They didn't even charge me for them, so they were free. So I'm still only spending like $3.78 on this project so far. Very nice of them to do that. They said they were, just a few cents each, so it was very cheap for them, and just to make sure that when I do need a tractor to come back and see them. So we'll make sure to do that down the road. We did it! Doesn't it look amazing? I love it. I think it's going to get a ton of use in the future. It'll be great for years to come. And yeah, it's super exciting to have that project done. One more thing checked off of our list. We do have a few other farm fresh finds that we have found on the property and that we're going to try and restore. So look forward to those videos coming up soon. So if you like this one, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again later. Thanks!